Good morning, good morning. How you guys doing? Just got out of the gym right now. Let me introduce myself real quick. My name's Tim, and I'm starting to record this stuff because honestly, I follow a bunch of pilots, a bunch of professionals, a bunch of fit dudes that have pretty much made it already. And they always have like good advice and things like that, but you don't really see them in the process. Truly, I believe one day I'll make it. You know, I hope you believe that too for yourself. But I thought it'd be cool to start filming before I made it, because right now, bro, I'm in the trenches. I really am in the trenches, but it's all good, bro. It's all a process. You know, it's what they say, like you'll look back at it and be happy that you did. So this way I'll be able to look back at it. But all that being said, just got out of the gym. I'll probably start filming some stuff at the gym as well. But I want to film everything from the gym to aviation, jiu-jitsu, faith, you know what I'm saying, things like that. And I want to take you guys along for the ride too, hopefully inspire somebody. But most importantly, I do want to just document this to look back one day and just be happy. Right now I'm whipping my first car ever. This is my Toyota Corolla. I've had this since I was allowed to start driving. Back in New Jersey, moved down to Florida, and I brought it with me. I'm starting my commercial license training today, which I'm really excited about. It's been a process, bro. Like, I thought I started aviation 2 years ago. I thought by now I'd at least be a CFI with a couple 100 hours, but we're still at the commercial, and that's fine. You know what I'm saying? It's my journey. It's my pace right now. I'm trying to push the pace, but this is what's happening. So I gotta rush home, get ready for my first lesson in the sim, and I'll take you guys along too. We're gonna be in the Redbird today. So if you don't know what a Redbird is, I'll show you. It's pretty cool. Right now we're just getting some hours in. I think we're doing 2 hours practicing using the autopilot. Still using the 6-pack. We're supposed to do G1000 today, but there was something wrong with it. So kind of just racking up some time in here, learning how to use it. Really cool, actually. Using all this instead of having to do everything manually. But yeah, this is what it looks like inside. So I'm currently charging my car right now before I go to work. And right now I'm studying on my iPad. I got Shepherd Air on my iPad. And bro, let me tell you something. If you're getting into aviation, get an iPad. A lot of people are always talking about like the new generation of pilots and their iPad, like they wouldn't be able to fly without the iPad. And it's probably true, but it's on you to be able to like know how to fly without using the iPad, right? Like you got sectional charts, you got low IFR charts, you have everything that you need, plates. Bro, for my check ride, I literally compiled a folder and I put it under this little, you can't really see it, but put it in this folder called instrument check ride, and I have everything here, bro. Like I was able to go over it. I put the P-hack in here, put the aim in here, I put the FAR in here, well, different parts of the FAR, right? Like part 61, part 91. I have the ACS in here. So get an iPad, bro. Luckily, my CFI doesn't really have that attitude of like, I know so much more than you, and he treats me like it, but he does know a lot more than me, and he's cool with the iPad and everything, but he does emphasize the importance of knowing how to fly without using the iPad. So I'm not 100% dependent on the iPad, but it makes life so much easier, not only for flying, but for studying and for preparing for a check ride. And yeah, bro, like trust me, this beats having a bunch of books. Get the iPad, don't be dependent on it, but use it. So this is pretty cool. This is the maintenance hangar. This is where all the work on our planes get done. It's really convenient having these at the school that we go to. Alright, so this is my first time using a G1000. I'm in the Redbird again. But this is really cool. I got it on autopilot right now. I have my PFD, my MFD, standby instruments here. and I'm just watching it work. I set the altitude to 5,000, as you can see right here, 5,000 feet, and it brought it to 5,000. So what I'm gonna do right now is my RPM is kind of high. I'm gonna make sure I set the power to cruise. I'm gonna lean the mixture too. Alright, so this is what I'm doing right now. I'm doing 30 minutes every day on the incline, 12 on the incline, 3.2 speed, low impact. It's better for my body, better for my knees, keeps me away from injuries, things like that. So. I just got back from the airport. Wanted to film this just because this is my uniform, and I think it's a little silly, I'm not gonna lie. But it's part of being in a Part 141 program. So they give you a little ID, right? And right now I have my instrument license and I'm working towards my commercial, so I have 2 stripes. Once you start, you're a student pilot, you have no stripes. Then you get 1 stripe once you're a private pilot, and then 2 stripes when you're an instrument pilot, and then 3 stripes when you're a commercial rated pilot. 2 stripes feels pretty legit now, so I think it's silly, but I also can, like, I don't know, I guess gauge it and whatever. I don't know if 141 was the best choice for me. There's a couple of different factors that go into picking if you're gonna go Part 61 or you're gonna go Part 141. And you really, really, really need to consider a lot of things if you're gonna go Part 141. Real quick off the bat, some of the benefits are there's way more structure than Part 61, and you're around a lot of pilots. So you meet people, you can study with people, you can like ask how a check ride went. Where when I initially started, I went Part 61 and I felt alone. I didn't know who to talk to. I had my flight instructor and that was pretty much it, you know. Where in a 141 program, you'll be around a lot of people they start with you, and usually you guys are on the same timeline. I'm gonna make a separate video about that topic, about if you should go Part 141 or not. I did get my private pilot, I did get my instrument, and I'm gonna get my commercial, all Part 141. Bunch of different regulations too, but I'm not even gonna get into that. I'm just gonna get into like kind of like the personal side of it. But like, you know, it is what it is. I would just say you really need to take it into consideration before you sign a contract, because once you sign a contract, you're kind of just stuck, you know, and that's what I had to learn the hard way. But it is what it is, you know. I'm happy about the structure. I wish I could do it a little different, but I'm right there.
Get out of there, Nick.
There it is. All right, look at that. Lower the level.
So the biggest focus for me this week has been just trying to get into a solid routine. I think that's very, very important for people like myself. I think some people are good at freestyling. I used to think I was good at freestyling and just kind of going with the flow with things, but I've realized it's harder for me to get things done efficiently if I'm always kind of just going with the flow. So, but I heard something really cool this week and I just wanted to say it here. When I went to visit that jiu-jitsu gym, which was very, very cool. I've never been in a gym like that. I'm gonna try to film more of it, but it's pretty much like tucked in the back of like a reptile farm. Head instructor, the professor, is a black belt, also a pastor, and it was just very cool. And all the guys were very cool, very welcoming. So that's good for me too, you know, like being in a new state. I've been here for 2 years now and I'm still trying to find my circle. And, you know, it was just cool being in that environment. But he said something that stuck with me. Basically what it is, it's you have to love winning more than you hate losing, right? Because losing is inevitable, like, especially when you do something like jiu-jitsu. Jiu-jitsu is a very, very difficult sport to go undefeated when you compete, to never tap when you're on the mats. Like, it's kind of impossible. So if I was always afraid of getting tapped, then I'm not going to try new things. I'm going to stick to my old game. I'm going to stick to my old ways, right? You kind of have to understand that for you to get to a new level, you have to try new things. You have to have the courage to take an L, you know what I'm saying? To fall on your face and kind of shake it off and get back up and try again. And then I was reading the word, and Psalm 37, if you want to go read that, it's just good to know that, bro, that it's like, it's not like things are going to be easy forever, you know? It's not like it's always going to be a smooth ride. And I think that's what's important for me personally. Like when I say I'm in the trenches, like I know I'm not in the trenches. Like I'm very blessed. I love where I live. I have a beautiful, loving wife. You know what I'm saying? Like I have a loving family. I get to go after my dream of becoming a pilot. So it's just cool. It's just when I take into consideration what I had to let go of to pursue this, I guess it feels like I'm in the trenches, you know? So it's obviously just like a hyperbolic way of me expressing my stress, I guess. I don't know. But, bro, that's life. You know what I'm saying? You're stressed, you lose, you win, and you just keep going. There's always a new battle, so... Yeah, man, everyone's going to have their own version of the trenches, right? But just understand that even when you're in there, like, that's not the final destination. That's part of just that time in your life. Next thing you know, bro, you're going to be on top of the mountain again, and it's going to go all over again. If your life's not like that, that's probably not a good sign. That just means that you hate losing more than you love winning, where it's like you just much rather be comfortable than progressing as a professional, as an athlete, as a husband, as a brother, as a friend, whatever it is. So, yeah, man, that's all for this one, and let's keep going.